Tamam, annotate de açtım. Evet. Onur, in the first slide, you should put your name and maybe the year you're in. Okay. And it would be nice to have a picture here, picture of the article, maybe. But it's okay if you don't have the picture.
Like the journals, some symbols, or
Yes.
the article titles will be a picture, right?
No, in fact, the article title is fine. The only problem here is this slide is only made of writing, which I don't like. No, there should be some color. And
Okay.
take a picture of the plant, for example, like the mutant phenotype, just this phenotype. Then you know what? People also remembers better, I think, when they see a picture. Not remembers better, but it will resonate with them. So they will see the picture now, and then during the talk, when they understand why this mutant is so, then you know I think they'll solve the mystery. So you show something, and later you show why it is like this.
Okay.
It's, I think, a common technique in writing a novel also. Like you introduce the guy, and then much later you talk about him, but you introduce him in the first place. I mean, these are the reasons why to put a picture, to my opinion. Okay, and your name is very important. Okay, outline.
Yeah, I will shortly summarize the outlines, the titles, subtitles, and is it nice, or should I remove this part?
Which part? Outline?
Outline parts, yeah.
So the problem here is there is too much writing here, and we don't want writing. We want writing as short as possible. So what you can do, instead of writing promoter gas analysis of NA1, just put the promoter gas analysis picture of NA1, and then just tell the audience, I'll first talk about the localization by using promoter gas and so on. I mean, pictures should tell the audience what it is. And also you will tell the audience what it is, but not the writing. The reason is we don't have so much time to read all these things and listen you as well. But we have, if you use pictures, then we understand very fast what you are gonna talk about.
Okay, okay.
So
I will try.
You can
try to find some pictures.
Yes, and you should group them, I think. Like instead of promoter gas and intracellular localization, maybe you should tell the localization of NO1, and then this will sure be divided into two: the tissue localization and cellular localization. So you should like group them and just tell the title of the group, so we have less thing to read. Or instead of analysis of TOS17 insertion line and NO1 overexpression line, you can say phenotype of NO1 mutants. Mutants will include overexpression and also insertion lines, you know?
Okay. Okay.
And this also includes oligodNA microanalysis. So what you can do, like localization of NO1, NO1 phenotypes, you can say, and put putative roles. And then you have the introduction and summary. Okay?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't prepare a slide for introduction because I will try to find some other pictures from other articles or in the internet. I will prepare it later. This is the first result of the article.
Yes, it's good that there is no writing here. So do you know how to take pictures from a PDF document?
Pictures of PDF documents.
Yeah, because instead of putting a whole picture, I think it's better to make just small parts of this in one slide, like figure A, B, C, D in one slide, figure G, H, I, J, one slide. So can you push the Windows button now and write snipping tool? Snipping tool.
Okay.
Snip.
Snipping tool.
Yes. Did it appear? There is a Windows app for it.
Windows app, right?
So I can show you. How can I share the screen? Okay, now I share the screen. Do you see my sharing?
Yes.
Okay, so we push here, we write snip. Ekran alıntısı aracı. You see it's Turkish.
Okay. Yes.
And here I push here. And now wherever I select, it's like copying it. And then I can paste it anywhere.
Okay.
So this is the tool you should use to separate your figures. Okay, so when I push V, then it pastes here. You get it right. You push here, you make a circle wherever you want, and it's there.
Yeah, I did it with another methods. Also, I cut the pictures of figures. Like I'm sharing my screen now.
Yes, please.
This part is with together in the article. I will cut it from the middle, and I did it with two parts.
Okay.
Yeah, I can use, and I also I can use this technique because my technique isn't work every time.
Okay, this is fast technique. So the problem here is there are too many pictures here, and we don't know where to look, and it's too crowded. Our brain immediately doesn't want to look at it because it's not so, there's no empty space where the eye can rest. It's too crowded, so make it two different slides.
I thought that maybe I can, by using notations, I can focus people to what I am talking by notations.
Yes, you can do that. But still,
I can also separate.
Yeah, it's better to separate. So the rule of thumb is there should be less than 7 objects in every slide. So if you cut it in 2, then you will have less pictures, and the rule applies. Another problem with this slide, I don't want titles like this. So I want titles that are meaningful and telling the main message of the slide. So instead of promoter gas analysis of NA1, I want to see like right now I don't know which picture is very important, but you can say like NA1 is active in the epidermal cells, for example. I don't know which one is very important. But one of them should be more important, or maybe you can say 2 places where it is why it is very important. But the thing is, sometimes, you know, audience can sleep and cannot follow you up. And then in such a case, the audience should be able to look at the title and then immediately can come back to the topic. So that's why in titles, I want always the most important message.
Okay.
Specific and most important. Okay. Yes. Next slide.
Okay. I will also separate in other slides because it's also crowded
Exactly.
like the others.
You know, when you separate, maybe you can give two messages instead of one. Like here, maybe the most important message is it localizes into the vacuolar membrane. N1 localizes into the vacuolar membrane for one set of pictures, and for the other set of pictures, maybe you can say in xylem, N1 is active in xylem. Okay.
And this one.
Mm-hmm.
Should I separate the A part and B part in other slides, or is it okay like this?
I think it's okay like this. There's no problem here. Yeah.
Okay.
But always change the titles. I'm not gonna tell again. Okay. For you'll tell the most important message. And if there are two separate messages, maybe it's better to make two separate slides.
Okay.
Yes. So this is very crowded again, but I know they're all interrelated. So how you should tell such an article? You have, I mean, such a slide. You have different options. You can use animations. Have you ever used animations?
Sometimes, but not all the time. But I can use sometimes.
So
but I don't know how can I do this one with animations.
Okay.
Animations of PowerPoint. Maybe
Yes.
I can use another applications.
No, you don't. You just use PowerPoint. So now I'll tell you how you can do this. So what you can do is you start telling the slide from a place. For example, if you start from here, all the other parts should be covered with a white square. And then when you push the button, the white square should disappear, showing you the second thing what you have to tell. And then at the same time, there must be squares, white squares also covering all these. And if you are gonna tell every one by one, then when you push, they should disappear one by one, the squares. If you have technical difficulties on this, I can show you how, or you can ask someone else. And second thing.
Okay, I can solve that problem.
Okay, good. So especially when telling graphs like this, you should not tell every bar, right? I think one or few are more important. So you should push a button and then it should put two maybe circles like an animation, and then you can say, look, it shows a difference, but this difference was highest in these two graphs. So if you do, so yeah, as a presenter, your role is to guide the audience, because the audience doesn't know where to look. You should tell them where to look using animations, obscuring parts which are not you're telling, and highlighting the parts where you're telling. Okay.
Actually, I will try to do this in this slide, because you see, I show here is important with like small notes.
Yes.
Also, I used these kind of notations. Also, these stars. I added these ones. I tried to do such things, and the other part, the other ones that I cannot point it. It's not important in the article. They didn't say anything about that. They said only they are same like this.
Yes. Okay, if you are not gonna talk about one figure, don't put it on the slide. It's better, okay? And for the messages like shorter than others, please don't put them there because people don't want to read. So just like put a circle, or put a star, or a arrow, like an arrow, and then tell them it's shorter than others. But don't write it because, again, people don't want to read the slides. They don't have time for it. They want to listen. They listen to you much faster than they read your slides. And every slide should have a title, the main message.
Okay. Every slide
Yes.
needs titles. Okay.
Yes. Another thing. So you have two options. So on the slide, you can say the main message of the slide. But another option is you state there the starting point of the slide, and then you put the results, and the results carry you to a conclusion. And then you put the conclusion as a banner in the bottom. Like you say, for example, NA1 gives a phenotype, okay, related to iron deficiency on the title, and then you show us the results, and then results carry on to a conclusion like this phenotype is because NA1 is a transporter, and this is the banner. Like you give the message, a general message maybe, but you specify it in the second step. This way the audience can follow up where we start and where we end, what is the most important message. So it can be either the review of the paper or where the results carried us to. Okay.
Next one is this.
Yeah, again, you need to show less, of course.
I will separate also these ones.
Yes. Instead of saying here upregulated and downregulated, put an arrow upwards, put an arrow downwards.
Okay. Yeah, tables.
Tables, again, you need to circle what you're gonna tell, or in fact, what you can do also while telling, you can show us what you mean. If you compare two things, you can, without using even the animations, you can do it by annotation tool in Zoom. But again, we need the title, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, yeah.
Title is
also
the
a
most
title.
important message.
And this one also I will put titles, and I will show what is important in here.
Yes. Can you go back one slide? Okay. Yeah, I think you have little light writing here, so it's acceptable. Good. It's very nice to have a picture like this, because then you can make a summary. And people, even they miss some points, then they still be able to understand the main story. Okay.
Okay.
And you need a conclusion slide.
I will put it in here.
Yes, conclusions. You cannot give more than 3 conclusions. They should be really the essence of the paper, the most important point. And you should not write them long. Make them shorter as much as possible. So what's the take home message from the presentation? Additionally, you need to put numbers on the slides, slide numbering. Why? Because when you ask for feedback, people will tell you, slide number 5, you describe this figure poorly and so on, you know. Or they may ask, I didn't understand something on slide 5 and so on. So put the slide numbering.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all. If you like, you can show me again tomorrow, because we still have some time. I mean, it's in the evening. Okay.
Okay, thank you hocam.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hocam, can you stop the videos